and welcome to episode 9 of the Wiretap Whisper Podcast, presented by me, Sammy ASMR. If you're watching this for the first time, this is a creator focused podcast series where I interview fellow ASMR creators across the space and I talk to them all about their personal life, their channel, and just everything in between, really. So today we are joined by the lovely Brittney May ASMR.
Everybody.
So just going to give a quick intro for those of you guys watching that aren't familiar with Brittney. So she is a Canadian creator. She has, at the time of filming, over 85 videos on her channel. She's nearly been uploading for coming on a year now. Currently, she has just over 10,000 subscribers. And if I was to summarize the type of content that she produces as an ASMR creator, it's very personal attention heavy, up close, focused role plays. But that's just a brief, boring description from me. And Brittney is about to give a better one. So, Brittney, who are you today?
I've been thinking about this question for a really long time. Um, and I guess, like you said, you can kind of answer it any way you want to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the cheeky answer, I guess, is today I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, a friend. Um, but today I'm also grateful for every opportunity I've been given up until this point. I'm grateful for being on your podcast today. I'm grateful that I was given this platform to produce content for others.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I like that. That's a nice answer. Very, very modest answer. And it's just that question is always great because the different answers that you get. So the way this podcast is going to work, guys, is it's split up into three categories: a past, a present, and a future. Obviously, we'll be starting with the past and working towards the future. So yeah. Um, First of all, you are, like I said, a Canadian creator. Now, does that mean that you were born and bred in Canada, or is there anything else going on there?
I was born and raised in Canada, BC specifically. Um, I have not moved around much. I've probably moved 3 times in my life. And that was recently. I've been living in the same house since I was like 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just moved out with a couple roommates and now I'm back home.
Yeah. So, what was growing up there like for someone who isn't familiar with Canada and in particular, I guess British Columbia? Were you brought up in like a big city, or was it more of like a rural area type of thing?
So I grew up like in a small town that's like right outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like a 40-minute drive to get to the city. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Um, and it was a lot of fun. It's very like Western, like cowboy
Okay.
area,
Okay.
which I didn't really fit in, which I think is kind of obvious by how I present myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's not as cold as everybody thinks it is.
Right.
It gets very warm, and the cold months aren't that cold, but it was a lot of fun. I think I would prefer being in Canada rather than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a lot of fun.
So you say that it gets really hot, but it doesn't get as cold as what people make out. What's your favorite like? What's your favorite month? Do you prefer the warmer summer months, or you're like a winter person?
I, well, my birthday's in December, so I
Okay.
prefer that's
Yeah.
probably my favorite month, being a little biased,
Uh huh.
but I really like spring a lot because the summer just it's too warm. Like even now, like sitting here, I'm like overheating.
Yeah. How hot is it today?
I think it's supposed to get up to 32. I don't know if you guys see your
Oh, it's like Celsius. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do it in. So 32 never, well, unless you, because I live like northern UK, so it's normally colder than the south. Um, but it never gets to 32 where we're from. Like it's 20, I think it's 24 today, and I'm melting.
Yeah, I wish it was 24 here.
But it's just like what you're used to, right? And what you acclimatize
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Like I've been to LA, and I watch people walk around in like jeans in like 30-degree plus heat, and I'm like, how are you doing that right now? Like, but they're just used to it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. But yeah, anyway, um, yeah, I kind of wanted to know, like growing up, what was your main like passions as a kid? You know, going through school and stuff like that. Like, what was Brittany into?
Um, Growing up, I was really into art. That was probably one of my favorite subjects. I always focused on that, and I never really like fully tried in school because growing up I wanted to be an actress. Um,
Hmm.
so I was like, I don't need school for that. Like, I'll be fine. So I was just gonna focus on myself and being me. And obviously that's not really the case. You still need to try a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess I'm doing that now technically. So I guess I succeeded in my dreams. Um,
Yeah, I was going to say, because, you mentioned the art, and obviously that's like a creative outlet. And then you mentioned the
yeah.
acting, and you kind of do that through your role play videos. So you are combining like best of both worlds there.
Yeah, I could never like see myself doing a 9 to 5 job. So when I was younger, because my parents worked so much, I was like, I don't want to do that. So
Hmm.
I've used like art, like drawing, painting as like a creative outlet. Um, and now I'm here.
Yeah. So were you just like never, were you never interested in like, your stereotypical like English and maths and science? Was it more just the arts like that you were interested in growing up?
Yeah, my teachers always said I had like a specialty for English, but like it just wasn't my interest, and
Yeah.
I am god awful at math. Like
It's not for everyone. No.
seriously, no.
Uh, but it's great that you found something that you can apply that creative side to. Because I know I am not very artistic at all, but I do have a creative itch in me. So like I can't draw or paint or anything like that, and I'm not good at music, but like I still have this creative itch. So like ASMR for me, kind of like creating it satisfies that as well. I'm guessing that's the same for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked a little bit at your channel, and it said that you actually joined in 2013. Now I know, like I said, you've only been uploading for a year. Um, Now that always intrigues me when I see that, because it means that you've obviously been a big YouTube fan for a long time now. Tell me about that. What was young Brittany watching in 2013 on YouTube?
Oh my gosh. I was watching like the classic Zoella,
Mm-hmm.
like Joe Sugg.
Oh, the
Like,
UK creators as well. Okay.
yeah, I was obsessed. I watched a lot of Niga Higa. I like don't know if you know
A
him,
lot of people
but
have said that before about Ryan. Yeah.
yeah, loved him growing up. PewDiePie
Yeah.
was a big one for
Just
me.
the classic YouTubers, I guess.
Yeah, and that when I started my channel, you said 2013, I think. That's kind of when I was like, I want to do this too, but I never
You didn't know.
had.
That's
Yeah,
normally
I was
that's
like,
normally why I ask people. It was like, did you always want to be a YouTuber? And then that kind of transitioned into doing ASMR. And like you say, yeah.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do vlogs," and I deleted a couple. I have a couple vlogs on my channel
I
that
did
I
say those,
privated.
yeah.
Um, but I just wasn't enjoying it much. And I like really liked ASMR. I watched it every night before bed. And I was like, I really want to do this. Like, I know I can help somebody out there.
Hmm.
So
And that's it, right? It's just
yeah.
like you go in. I mean, we'll touch on it in a bit, but you go into it with the notion that like if you can help one person, then you've kind of fulfilled what you've set out at that point. Um, but just to go back a little bit, how did you? You obviously you've been on the platform since 2013. You're interacting with these big YouTubers, but how did you actually come across ASMR in the first place, or what you maybe thought was ASMR? Yeah, talk to me about that.
So when I was really little, I liked the sound of when people chewed their food.
Wow.
I
That's
that's
a
like really weird.
that's a
And
rarity.
yeah, and I don't know why, like my friend would be eating pizza in front of me and I would just watch her. Just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, and at school, my friends would always like tickle my arms and stuff and play with my hair. And it just felt really nice. And I didn't know what it was until a recommended video popped up on YouTube and it was like reacting to ASMR.
Oh,
And I was like,
really? And
well,
how long ago was
yeah,
this?
it's probably like 15. So like 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was watching, I was like, what is this? And I was like, put on headphones. So I like plugged in my headphones and immediately, like, it was just overwhelming. I threw the headphones off and I was like, what was that feeling? What was that? And like in the video, the person who was reacting, I remember they're like, "Oh, this is so weird. What is it? Like, I don't like it." And I
Mhm.
like I put the headphones back and I was like, "This is actually really relaxing. I feel zen, feel good." I was like at my peak, like when
Did
I had really bad anxiety too.
Can you remember, like, any of the creators that was on that reaction video? Like, any of the names?
No,
No idea.
I feel like ASMR Darling was one of them.
Yeah, she's normally
She-
on them reaction
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
Um, so, like, so you watched that reaction video, and then, like, how did that unravel from that point, you know? And do you have, like, a main creator that you found at first, and then you kind of, like, latched onto?
When I first started out, I would only watch GB ASMR. I just really liked her charisma and
Mhm.
the way she filmed videos.
Yeah.
But I kind of branched out and I watch, I don't know if you know her, like it splits.
I've heard of that, yeah. I've heard of that channel.
Yeah, she does like a lot of personal attention on other people, like hair play and whatnot. And
Mhm.
I really like the sound of that. And it just feels like it's happening to me. So um, I branch out towards people who focus on other people in their video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, like, Sensory by Sophie.
I've never heard of that. There's so like, I think that's
Yeah,
the amazing thing. There's so many channels, right?
yeah, she just popped up, like, a couple months ago on my For You page, and I've been watching her ever since, and she's somewhere from Europe, I'm not 100% sure,
You
but
don't know
her
where.
accent is just, whew, chef's kiss.
Uh, so, just to rewind back a bit more, when you first, like, around the time where you first discovered ASMR properly, um, kind of, what was it that made you stay and want more? And I guess within that, was it a mental outlet for you at that time?
Yeah, so I really struggled with anxiety growing up, like, even to this day.
Hmm.
I have troubles making a simple phone call or like going out and doing the simple tasks of grocery shopping
Yeah.
or whatnot. And it was really bad in school. I had a hard time making friends. I only had like a small group
Hmm.
and I wasn't the greatest at school. Like I said, I didn't really try. So that was stressing me out too with my grades. Um, and so I started watching ASMR because I realized it was the only thing that could actually put me to sleep and like calm me down.
Yeah.
Um, and I also get these really bad migraines. Not too sure what it's from. I think I get them from my dad, but they're like, I can't get out of bed. Like it's really bad. And
Hmm.
when I watch it, I just don't focus on the pain. It like goes away.
Yeah. It distracts your mind from, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anything to help that, it helped a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Do you, and I think you've already touched on it. You kind of still, rely on it to this day. Because
Mhm.
I know in the past, for me, when I was like studying and stuff, I would always, put it on while I was studying. Because it kind of focused me in a way, if that makes sense. But it also like calmed me down, and I also used to rely on it to sleep too. And I don't watch it as much anymore because I finished my degree and I'm not as stressed and as anxious as I used to be. But I still fall asleep to it myself. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, it just becomes a part of your regular day. I'm guessing you're the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. I probably watch at least 3 videos before bed
Yeah. You just
if I can.
yeah, you just get that routine, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, you've been an avid watcher at this point. It's kind of it's this mental outlet for you and these mental struggles. And then, what kind of clicked within you to say, actually, I could start my own channel at this point? What was the motivations behind that?
Well, I can say probably for a lot of people too, with the pandemic, I got laid off work,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I had nothing to do. And I realized that instead of like just sitting at home doing nothing, I could help somebody else like the way I'm being helped.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to try it. I remember I like did one video when I was living at my friend's place, and I was like, really awkward. I don't think I ever uploaded it. I was like, no, I can do this. Like, I just put your mind to it, find a quiet place. And then I finally moved back home and I had like my phone. I would film in my bathroom. It was like the quietest place of the
I bet
house.
the acoustics were good in there.
Yeah. And so I'd film in there and I edit on my phone and I just did the basics, uploaded it. I remember one of my videos got like 1,000 views in like 24 hours. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm helping somebody. Like the entire thing that like makes me want to do it is to help people
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's
So
it's definitely one of the most fulfilling parts for sure. You know,
yeah.
that's kind of why I done it, because I was in that position like you, where I would rely on it to get like an ease from these struggles that I was having, and then now I was in a better place. It was kind of like, okay, like I want to give back now to like the community that helped me, um, amongst other reasons as well. But um, it's like you say, and I've mentioned. I've had this discussion, the same discussion with a lot of people that have been on here. There was definitely a ASMR creator boom in the summer when everything kicked off with the pandemic. It's like a baby
Oh,
boom, but like just a
100%.
creator boom. I think like a good 50% of my guests so far have made their channels in that opening period of the
Yeah.
pandemic. And yeah, it's just crazy to think about. And I've asked some of the people um that were already well established at that point to see if they noticed things, and they could really see the influx as well. So I just thought that was like really interesting. Did you have any early expectations going into starting the channel, or was it kind of just like, I'm just gonna have fun with this and just see how it goes?
Honestly, had no expectations. I just wanted to do something other than being in my room playing video games. Like at the end of the day, it's not very fun if you keep doing it.
Hmm.
So I I still to this day don't really have any expectations. Like when I reach a new goal, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Like,
you just going with the
thanks.
flow. Just
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it'd be really cool one day, like if I could solely just do ASMR. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people's goals is to strictly have this channel and
yeah.
make more from it. But
A lot of
right now, I'm
spoilers.
just having a good
Spoilers for a
time.
later question, but yeah, no, just
So
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just stuff like that happens. But we'll touch on that a bit more in the future. But it's like you say, just kind of living in the moment and just enjoying what you're doing. Because it is very enjoyable just to film videos, even like editing them. I can still get a kick out of editing and stuff like that.
yeah.
Did you have any inspirations inside the community that you kind of took, pieces from and applied it to your own content at the time? More so when you first started rather than like now. Did you think, oh, I like what this person does, so when I start my own channel, I'm gonna kind of not copy them, but like implement some aspects of that in my own stuff? And I guess anyone outside the community as well, did they inspire you to start?
Mm, yeah. So when I first started, I knew. I wanted to get like a mannequin head because I saw Ting ASMR. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure that's what she uses.
Yeah.
And it gave me amazing tingles. And I was like, maybe I can do something with that. So I like when I first started my channel, it was probably a month in, I ordered one off Amazon. And I don't use it very often just because I need like a proper stand for it,
Yeah.
or else it just wobbles back and forth.
Yeah.
Uh, and outside of ASMR, my boyfriend really pushed me. He's like, "You're always talking about it, but you're not doing
That's
anything." Like,
nice. Yeah.
yes,
I
he pushes me a lot.
yeah, I had Jodie Marie on a couple of episodes ago, and she said the same thing. Her partner really pushed her to do it. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that's really good. I think it's important to have someone like that in your life anyway, whether it's a friend or a partner that just kind of pushes you to be the best person that you can be. And we'll definitely get more into it. But I've told you personally that I think you have so much potential. So I'm going to be always pushing you as a friend to just do the best because I just can see the stars for you. But
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome. Um, no, but that's really good that you've got your boyfriend there that's supporting you because you really need support with this type of thing. Some people just might not get it, might not understand, the time that it takes, the quiet environment that you need, stuff like that, getting props and things, there's a lot that goes into it. So I think having someone there that supports you with that is pivotal. But that kind of concludes the past section, and we're going to move on to the present day. So this one, basically, I kind of put the channel under a little spotlight, a little magnifying glass thing, um, and kind of I don't really like to look at numbers, but kind of look at some numbers, kind of look at some trends in your content and stuff like that. So with this, I normally start at your first video, and the oldest one that you have on your channel is a video called "Helping You Fall Asleep." First of all, is that your actual first video? Because I know people often delete old videos, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, so it's not my first
Ah,
video, but I had a couple other videos. It was mostly vlogs. There's like maybe 2 or 3 ASMR videos.
okay.
But I wasn't consistent enough. Like I'd probably upload maybe once every like 3 months.
Oh
I
wow.
wasn't like
Yeah.
fully invested because I worked so much too. I
Mm.
just couldn't find the time. And last, I think it was August. I think, yeah, August 2020 is when I was like consistent uploading twice, maybe 3 times a week. And I've been consistent up until this point. So I like to kind of count that as like my starting point.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does 100%. Because it's the video that is the oldest one. It's nice and simple. It's just you tapping away on a candle. What was like? I get like you said, that's not your first video, but like what was your mindset going into them very early videos? Like, yeah, what were you thinking creating it? Like, this is what I'm gonna do, or do you just kind of just improvise in the moment?
So I didn't know how many triggers there actually like was. Like the main ones I knew about were like tapping and whatnot. So I'd find a whole bunch of things around my house. I'm like, oh, maybe that'll sound good when I tap on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like this like oh, I think I deleted it, but I had one with like a squishy ball. And I was
Oh,
like, this will work.
okay, yeah.
Like it was just a whole bunch of random
What
things. I would just
what
wing
mic were you
it.
using then in that video, by the way?
I was using my phone.
Oh, it was just the phone mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
you kind of can with them type of videos. I had EVASMR, who was the second guest on the podcast. Her channel is mainly just videos of her and her phone and just being outside, tapping and scratching on things. And her channel is really big, so that's how easy it can be.
Yeah, she's amazing.
uh,
Love her videos.
yeah, but that's how simple it can be. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be all this fancy stuff for people that are watching and maybe thinking about starting. Do you still kind of look back on that video fondly? Do you cringe a little bit of it at it? Sorry.
I I cringe. Like, I know it's, like, one of my first videos, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't even have, like, a tripod or anything. I think I had my phone, like, held up on something,
Mhm.
and it took me so long to get that angle, but now when I look back, I'm like, "What was I doing?" Like, it's not very great at all.
But I think things like that are good to keep up because it shows you how far you've come. It shows you how
Oh, yeah.
much you've developed your content. And um I don't know, I like things like that for nostalgia as well, but it can definitely be very cringe. Um so kind of instantly, again, I don't know if you've deleted videos between this first one and the second one, but your second video, you go right in with the cranial nerve exam, which I was just like, I remember like I was looking at your channel, I was like, second video cranial nerve exam. I was just like, wow, okay. It's crazy to me that that's the second video. Obviously, it's probably not, but that's the second video that you went with. And it's something just so complex as that as well. And also, you revealed your face in it, which I know is a big thing for people. What was that like for you doing a video like that, putting your face out there? Was it nerve wracking at all?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously I did, I think it's deleted, but I did, like, a sleep clinic, but it was very, like, not traditional, and I didn't have the right equipment, and
Okay.
I think I was filming on, like, an iPhone 6, so, like, the camera quality was really blurry.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I got a little bit of inspiration from when I did that,
Yeah.
and then I did the cranial nerve exam, and I ordered a few things for it. I got my mom to pick up gloves from her work so I could film, and I used to watch, like, a lot of cranial nerve exams, like, I personal attention is probably one of my favorite triggers,
Yeah.
and I find that those videos help a lot, and I know a lot of people enjoy them too, so why not?
Yeah, no. And it's crazy. Like that video has 6.9 thousand views for a second video. That is really special.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, if you're watching, probably at least minimum 99% of people who upload on YouTube, their second video will get nowhere near that amount of views. So, um, probably more like 99.9% thinking about it, because there's so many people that just upload like random stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
that in itself is incredible to me. Obviously the first video has only got like 300 views or something like that. So to see that jump early on, um, it's a very special thing. I think you deserve praise for that.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
you're welcome. After that, it was kind of easy to see, which of your videos were doing well. You had sorry, they were mainly medical themed, personal attention videos, right? Could you notice the difference yourself to like them types of videos to like the other content that you were uploading?
Yeah, I did, and I guess it kinda does help because it is popular, like, very popular in the ASMR community.
Yeah.
But, they're also my favorite to film. I really enjoy, like, getting to be someone I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, little input. I'm, like, scared of doctors, not gonna lie. So, like, being able to, like, switch myself into this
Yeah.
character that I personally don't like, I
Yeah.
think is a lot of fun. So they've always been my favorite to film, and I do notice a jump in, like, views when I do film those, but at the end of the day, I really enjoy,
You
like,
really enjoy
filming.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just did my first Doctor one and I got so many comments saying, I normally hate the Doctor, but this was nice and stuff like that. So it's just funny that you said that. Um,
Yeah.
but I think, like you said, your passion behind them type of videos, they're ones that you'll watch personally as a viewer. I think that translates over well to you actually doing them. Um, and I think that's why they probably do so well for you because people can see that raw passion. You know what I mean? Was is Do you feel like there's a pressure there on you from like your audience from YouTube in general to kind of push out them type of videos more?
Sometimes I do get a few DMs on Instagram where they're like, "Can you do a medical role play with, like, these gloves and this and this?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Mm.
I'm like, Maybe. I just did one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Just go
wanna
and watch
I
that
wanna
one. No,
yeah, I'm
you have
like
so many on there as well at this point as well, so it's like you can't get bored at that point.
exactly, yeah. But
Um, so your first video to hit 5 figures was no surprise, a doctor yearly checkup role play. And then from then you had 5 videos in a row, or like 4 more videos on top of that one, that all broke 5 figures in views. Um, I've wrote something on my notes. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, I know what I wrote now. The best, the best of them 5 videos was funnily enough, a cranial nerve exam at 40,000 views. Like, to me, obviously, it seems like you were on a roll at that point. Did it feel like that to you as well?
yeah, so Tyson is more so like, um, on the numbers, like, he'll check every day and be like, "Did you see this? Like, look how many views you got." And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh," like, I don't know how to react. I'm, like, grateful, but I'm like, "That's, like, overwhelming," you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah,
Like, that many people
it's a
are
lot of people.
watching my face. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it, like, honestly blows my mind, but I, like, try not to focus on it, but, I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty hard, like, because that is, like, kind of a main point of YouTube too, is getting that growth.
To do, yeah. Did did you, like I said, there was a block of 5 videos there, and they all done really well. Did you make a subconscious effort going into that block of 5 videos to say, look, I'm going to really try and push out content that does well, content that the algorithm likes? And did you subconsciously try to do that, or was it just a coincidence that that happened?
I feel like I did know. I have, like, a note in my phone of, like, a whole bunch of video ideas that I
Mm-hmm.
wanna do,
Yeah.
and I'll look and be like, "Okay, what would people wanna see more?" And I'll pick, like, because I film usually 2 videos in one day, and that'll be my videos for the week.
Yeah.
So I'll look at 2 and be like, "Okay, these 2 are probably gonna do really well." And then I end up with, like, a few that I don't think will do well, but I wanna put more effort into them to make them the best quality that I can do for it, because
Mm-hmm.
I think I would really enjoy them if I saw it,
Yeah.
but I know they're not too popular. So, I kinda yeah, I knew that they would do pretty well, so I kinda lined them up all together.
Yeah, no, it's the smart thing to do, really, and I don't think you should feel bad about doing that either. I don't know if you did or not, but you really shouldn't, because, like you say, you enjoy these anyway, and it's kind of not like you're selling out at that point, because that's one of the main focal points for me when I watch your videos is you can just really see the passion there to film and just how you're enjoying being in that moment. And you wouldn't get that with someone that was just purposely trying to like sell out and just pump out this content because they know it just does well. So, um, yeah, just well done for you to do that, for doing that anyway. So I guess it's a good time to also talk about your most viewed video as well. And I'm sure everyone in the comment section watching right now can guess what that is. Yeah, it's a cranial nerve exam. It has 55,000 views, which is like incredible. Like, to put that into perspective, like that would sell out like most NBA basketball arenas. I would say probably all of them. I don't think any of them have got over 50,000 capacity. Um, and I actually wrote down, you're a pro at these now. um, did you know this like specific cranial nerve exam, this specific doctor role play video? Did you know it would blow up in the way that it did?
No,
No.
I knew, like, previously my other ones did pretty
Yeah, you
well. I was
expected
like,
it to
"Oh,
do better than average,
yeah."
but not blow up to this level.
No, I thought I would get, like, 20,000, like, max.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "That's what I'm thinking," but once it just got past 30, I was like, "Oh, it's still going? Like, what?"
Yeah,
And I, like, honestly, like, just thinking about it, I'm like, can't stop smiling because it just, like, it's weird to wrap your head around it,
it is
like you
crazy.
said, that fills up, like, an NBA, rank or whatever. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, that's so weird.
Yeah, when you start to like compare it to like real life audiences and stuff like that, it's mental to think about. Did you like at that moment when that was blowing up? Did you see like was more people subscribing at that point as well and stuff like that? Was just the buzz around your channel just really hype?
Yeah, I think when I uploaded it, oh, I think I had like 7,000 subscribers. And then in like a week and a half, next thing I knew, I was like, oh, 8,000, thank you. And then I think a week after that, I reached the 9,000. I was like, why is this going so fast?
You
But
you've been on
I
a roll
definitely,
lately.
yeah, I definitely think it is from that video though.
Yeah, because um you probably don't know, but maybe your boyfriend does if he's into the stats. You probably still get a lot of views on that video every day. If you do know, like, please tell me how many views you still get that. Like, I think it tells you on YouTube Studio, like, I think it's every 48 hours, right? So,
Yeah,
do you know that? Do you
I,
know that stat?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I get scared to check sometimes.
Because, like, I mean, m- so your best ever video is at 55,000 views. Mine's at 12,000 views, and normally, when videos are popping off like that, and I look at YouTube Studio, videos like that are still getting between 100 and 200 views, still like months after 48 hours. And I'm guessing that's even like more so for a video like that with 55,000 views. So you're always bringing in like a good audience to your channel, like you say, um, and that's probably helping your subscriber count at the same time, which is amazing. So well done to you. And like I said, like you've said, that growth with your subscribers is really going quick at the minute. I know before, I think it was last week, I think you hit like was it like 9K, like maybe not even 2 weeks ago. And it was before the podcast and we just arranged to do it. And I was like, you're going to be at 10K by the time we film this. And you were like, no, 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 no. And I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, you hit 10K and then you're already at 10.3 already. So it's ridiculous.
Didn't expect it. I really didn't. I was like, "No, you're full of shit." I don't know if I can swear, but
You're fine. I think YouTube allows a swear word here and there. Like
yeah,
yeah, an S word's fine.
"Come on. There's no way. Like, there's no way." And then I laughed and I was like, okay." I bite my tongue.
Yeah, and I think just to get to 10,000 as well, you went from 1,000 subscribers, which is four figures, to 10,000, which is five figures. Like, it's just like a monumental moment, right? And then they don't give a plaque out for 10K. You only get one for 100K, but I feel like they should. I feel like more
Yeah.
people would
Like,
definitely
even
be
something
invested to try.
little.
Yeah, just like a little
Yeah.
bronze one. You know what I mean? Like, give me a bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a big milestone for sure.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'll send you In fact, here we go. Virtual medal for you. There you go.
Thanks. I'll
uh,
hang it on my wall.
yeah, yeah, yeah. um, okay, gonna move away a bit now from ASMR, and I want to know more about who Brittany May is outside of the space. What is she doing? Hobbies, work, studies. What's going on in the wonderful life of Brittany?
So I work in retail, which obviously,
Yeah.
and I don't work too often just because of everything going on. So I probably max work like 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me a lot of time to film. But when I'm not filming, I really like to read. And
What
I
type of
go
what type
back
of
and
what type of books do you like to read?
right now I'm reading Bridgerton.
Oh, okay,
It's been super good so
you
far.
like
I read,
romance.
yeah,
You're a sucker for it.
kind of. Yeah, yeah, I am.
Same.
Um, yeah, I read like a lot of like spiritual books, like about crystals and whatnot.
Okay.
No, not too many people know that I'm like on the spiritual side of
You like
things.
spiritual stuff, yeah. Are you interested in like star signs and things like that?
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
am. I really love astrology because once you actually like look at like what certain signs like their traits are, and then you meet somebody who is that sign, you're like, yeah, I
You
see
see
it.
the
Like it,
connection. So
yeah,
tell me. I mean,
exactly.
I don't know about this stuff, but tell me. So you have a star sign, right? Then you have like a. There's so much jargon, like a moon rising, sun rising, Hyderabad thing.
Yeah, there's a lot. I only know like the first three is like your rising sign, your moon sign, and oh, I forget what it's called. I think it starts with an adjacent sign,
Now you blow 'em up.
maybe.
I've never even heard of that one.
But then there's like different houses and
Oh
stuff.
my
Like
god, is this
it's
Hogwarts? Like
like with
what?
the
Are we in
yeah,
Harry Potter right now?
exact. It feels like it.
Oh, that's Hagrid.
But yeah, there's like different houses with like planets and stuff. So
Okay, so
like
what star
it's
sign are you?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, and then moons and stuff there. What's that?
So my rising is a Leo,
Okay,
and then my moon is a Sagittarius as well.
okay. Well, I'm gonna put your zodiac abilities, whatever you want to call it, to the test, and I want you to try and guess. I don't think you know this. What my star sign is based on my personality.
Um, okay.
Pressure's
You,
on.
you remind me, like you and my partner have like a lot of similar traits. Like you always can keep a conversation going, even if
Hmm.
there's like not much to talk about.
Yeah.
And he's a Libra. So I'm going to go with a Libra.
Yeah. I think you got a cheat there, but you'll take it.
I'll take it. One
Yeah.
point for me.
No, I don't. It's funny. Like I think like Libras for some reason it's it's like one of the like least represented star signs personally. Like I don't know a lot of Libras. Um,
Yeah.
and I feel like when you ask people, not people are normally like Sagittarius and Capricorns, like they stand out a lot, but like never
Yeah.
Libras. It's weird. But yeah. Anyway, move on from star signs. So you're into reading. You like your spiritualism. Do you watch like a lot of films, a lot of TV shows, things like that?
Yeah, I'm just finished Naruto not too long ago. I started that in I think
You
October,
watched
and then
like
I
all of
finished.
Shippuden as well.
Yes.
Okay. Did you?
Um,
Okay. Now here's the
I
question.
haven't watched all the filler. If
Oh no, don't. Yeah, there's no.
okay,
I was
yeah,
like, why would you even watch filler as well? Like at that point, no. Do, did you watch it subbed or dubbed? Oh no, I know what you're gonna say.
I
Oh
think you
no.
know the answer.
As soon as you, okay, we'll move on from that. That's
I do watch it in both though, but
okay.
when I fully watched through it, it was dubbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch your anime and subbed, kids. That's all I'm saying. No, it's fine. You know, it's funny because as a kid, when I didn't know what anime was, like I didn't realize it was Japanese made. I'd watch things like Pokemon, Digimon, and Dragon Ball that were all animes, but I didn't know that. They were just cartoons to me, right? And obviously at the time they were all in dubbed, so and I still enjoyed them at that point. I just think now I just watch things in subbed because it just seems more, authentic, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But I know people use the argument that, like, if you're watching something dubbed, you can kind of like multitask at the same time because you don't need to read the subtitles. So, there's perks and things about each one, but that's cool. So, so you've watched all of Shippuden, but you just didn't watch the filler. Have you watched any of the movies? Because the Naruto, the last movie, um is a non-filler film. Most of the films are just like kind of filler and not canon material, but that film is canon. Have you watched that film?
I have watched the last one.
Y-
I haven't watched any of the others
No,
yet though.
same. Yeah,
But I definitely want it's so good. I actually watched it
because
probably a few weeks ago.
he gets with Hinata on that, right? Like they proper get
Yeah.
together on that. And I like I say,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for romance, so I love that.
Me too.
Yeah,
So good.
it's so sweet. Like I shipped them from the start. Like
Oh,
I was never like a Naruto Sakura shipper or anything like that.
oh I just don't even get me started on that. Like Sakura, come on.
Oh,
Let's.
See,
Let's be
I
real.
had JD Lady on. She's a big Naruto fan as well, but she was like standing Sakura to high hell. But she did admit that when she told Naruto that she loved him, she was like, okay, that was a bit sketch.
Yeah.
She
What
sh-
was that?
she shouldn't have been doing stuff like that. Definitely
No.
not. Um, but like I think them and her and Sasuke like work together anyway, and
Yeah.
I love Shikamaru and Tamari. Tamari?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had a brain fart there. I was like, I need to know this girl's name. I think they're really cute together as well.
Oh, I love them. Shikamaru is probably one of my favorite
He's a
characters.
badass, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm watching one of my favorite YouTubers at the minute. He normally does like One Piece and Nintendo content, but he at the minute he's doing a full Naruto watch through, and so I'm watching his reactions because I love videos like that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you do it, yeah, as well. But it's just incredible to like watch him react to certain scenes and like in Shippuden where Hidan kills like Asuna. It's like it's so sad and stuff like that. Yeah, but
Broke
then
my heart.
like they come back again and they fight them again, and like Shikamaru gets like the gets revenge and stuff like that. Ah, so good.
So good.
Yeah,
Oh,
we won't
he's
talk.
like, I'm your god. Oh,
Yeah, oh, what a line.
so good.
Badass, but it's like it's so sad when he goes home in between and he's just like there crying and he's like dad's there and his dad's like super supportive of him.
Yeah,
In
he
that,
was like the only person who let him hang out with Naruto too. He was such a good dad.
yeah. Do you have uh, who are your top three Naruto characters? We'll go with that.
Okay, number one. Okay, I've thought about this very hard, but
Okay.
number one is Kakashi,
Yeah.
which I think is a pretty basic answer, but it's fine.
No.
But
Kakashi is the
all
god.
I have like 5 or 6 characters that are tied for second place because I can't decide.
Okay.
Yeah. So for tied for second place it'd be Itachi, Minato. Um, yeah. I really, really like Hashirama. Like his vibe, I don't know why. I connect. Well, Shikamaru,
Yeah.
Jiraiya,
Oh, the gallant.
and yeah, and then
Oh, I just watched him react to
obviously
that episode as
Naruto.
well. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so sad. That was the first time in the whole series where he's actually cried as well.
Yeah, I didn't expect it because me and Tyson were watching it and he's like, "What do you think is gonna happen this episode?" And I'm like, I don't know.
I
And
mean,
then at the
the episode's called "The Tale of Jiraiya the Gallant," so it kind of just like instant death flags already at that point.
yeah, and I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wait, no,
No,
he's dying. No.
yeah, it's just so
I'm
sad, like
just
watching him sink into the
bawling
water. Yeah,
with a smile on his face, like, okay, just rip my heart out more.
yeah. I love I love how anime does that, but it's so sad at the same time. But just how like he could have escaped, but he went back to confirm what he thought about pain, and there was like obviously there was Nagato spoilers that wasn't there.
Mm,
He was controlling them, but he went back to confirm that because he needed to know for the village, and at the end of the day, that was vital to um them taking out pain and obviously Nagato. So if it
yeah.
wasn't for Jiraiya, they'd have lost.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's,
Most of my top five is the same. The only person I would have, so I would have, um, oh no, I don't know. So I'd have Itachi, um, Kakashi, Naruto, uh, probably. Yeah, I don't know. It's so many good characters. Probably Jiraiya, but I would have Deidara in there somewhere. I just loved him.
oh yeah.
I thought he was really quirky. Like I don't normally like that type of a character as well, but I thought he was just really quirky and probably one of my favorite Akatsuki members behind Itachi.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. My least favorite character, like throughout it, I like him now. I'm gonna say this. I like him now.
Okay.
I dislike Sasuke so much.
Yeah.
Like,
So annoying.
es- yeah, especially when they were little. I'm like, can you just shut up?
Just a little angsty
Like,
teenager, right? Just
and I'm
no.
like, oh my God, you're bringing me back to elementary school. You need to just not do this.
You need to just sit over there on that beanbag and sip a Capri Sun.
Yeah, think about what you've said.
I love it. I love that. But no,
Yeah.
like Sasuke is a badass. But like I think the fight
Oh,
between
yeah.
him and Deidara, like I'm pretty sure Deidara wins that if like Sasuke isn't like a main character. Like the plot armor there, like Deidara pulled out all the shots to beat him, and it was just plot
Yeah.
armor I think that just saved him in that fight.
Oh, I know. I agree.
But Deidara
100%.
Deidara hung on in that series for a long time. Like there was a lot of times where he could have went out. So I kind of like that about him.
Yeah, he was like one of the last Akatsuki members to die, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he definitely dies after Nagato, so or Pain. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at that point there's only Zetsu, Toby, and the girl. I can't remember what she's called.
Conan, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not like how she died.
Doesn't who does? Oh, Madara kills her, right?
Madara, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like it was too quick because she has like such a cool power that we don't see too often.
yeah.
Like, I feel like she's the only person we've really seen with those jutsus, and it was just so quick.
Yeah, and the sad thing is one of the negative points about Naruto is there's not many strong female leads, and I think she was definitely one of
Yeah.
them as well. So it kind of sucked to see her go out because I love badass women. Like my favorite films, Kill Bill, and
It's a good
It's
movie.
just Uma Thurman being a complete. But obviously, I like that film for other reasons than that. But I just yeah, I like representation and stuff like that. So women
Yeah.
can be badasses as well. But that's one of the only downsides about Naruto, but maybe like anime in general as well. You know, I think it's very um, male dominated, but there are some
Yeah.
good series that do a good job of that. I mean, if you look at all the Studio Ghibli films, right, pretty much all of them are strong female leads. You know, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Nausicaa. That you know they're all females,
Mhm.
main characters. But yeah, that's probably enough about anime. We're probably just boring people
Yeah.
about anime at this point. So is it, yeah, if there's anything else that you kind of want to talk about in terms of what you do outside of ASMR, but I'm guessing that takes up a good chunk, right? Like reading and you know your spiritual stuff. Do you do like yoga and meditation and things like that?
I used to, but recently I've missed out on it quite a bit. I haven't done
Did
it
you go to
probably
like
for like
classes
a
and
month.
stuff
I would just do it at
just at
home.
home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, I just didn't have time anymore, and I found like I have other stuff to do, which I should probably start getting back into. It made me feel really good.
yeah.
And
No.
then yeah, that's about it. Besides like video games and stuff.
Yeah. What's your favorite? I guess what's your favorite video game ever? What's your favorite video game series and what are you playing currently?
Um, so my favorite game of all time is The Last of Us. I've played through it I probably more than 10 times if I can imagine. Like I never get bored of that game ever. Um my favorite series, the only one that's coming to mind, I can't think of any right now, but I don't know if it's a favorite,
Mhm.
is the Uncharted series. I think Naughty Dog
You
just do
just like
such a
Naughty
good
Dog. I was
job with
about to
their
say
games.
you're
Yeah.
just like you're just a big
Yeah.
Naughty Dog and like Neil Druckmann stan at this point. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
we have to go back and talk about Last of Us though, because The Last of Us 2 is my favorite video game of all time. I don't know if you've played the second one yet.
I have, yeah.
Do you? A lot of people still think the first one's better. I'm guessing you're the same.
I do. It took me I remember when I found out
Let's not give
that
spoilers, by the way.
you play as Abby
Hmm.
for majority of the game.
Yeah,
Like at least what was it, like 10 hours, I think?
I would say it's a good, you know, give or take 50% of the game.
Yeah, and I was
Maybe
like, what the
maybe like a third at least, but it's a good chunk.
yeah, I was like, what the heck like, are you kidding me? And like the first first time you play with her, I kept killing her.
I bet a lot of people did that.
I was like, I can't accept this. And then we find out like why she did what she did. And at first I was so stubborn. I was like, I don't care.
Hmm.
And then like looking back on it, I was like, Oh, yeah, well, that she has a very good
Yeah.
reason why she did the things that she did.
Yeah, I think obviously the game got a lot of backlash for all that stuff, that we're kind of beating around the bush about, to not give spoilers. And, you know, I was kind of the same. I got put in that position where I'm playing as Abby. I'm like, I hope I'm not like playing as this character for a while. And about halfway through it, maybe even a little bit before, um, you kind of learn more about who she is and what she stands for, and you kind of put yourself in her shoes in that situation. It's like, this man has just killed her father, right? For all intensive purposes, an innocent man as well. So
Mhm.
it kind of makes sense that she wanted to, enact revenge on this person. Um, and I kind of got that, and I kind of, you know, especially I think what did it for me was her interactions with Lev and Yara, two characters which I really love. Like I think probably
Me
Lev,
too.
Lev and Dana are probably my favorite two characters from the second one.
Mhm.
I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Like I'm nearly tearing up. But I just love the connection that she had with them, and she was very protective of them and kind and caring and stuff like that. I think Abby as a character is just very, very misunderstood, and people had, the hate that she got was deserved to an extent, because they did take out this very, important character to a lot of people. But I think the beauty of that game is it makes you realize that, you know revenge isn't always, the key to closure. But like,
Right.
again, what she'd done in that moment was, kind of justified as well. So for me, that game is better than the first one. I just think everything that was in the first one was just improved on tenfold, from the graphics, the voice acting, the gunplay, just the whole overworld. I really enjoyed the story. I know some people hated it because you had to play as Abby for so much, but I think if you end up sympathizing with Abby, I think it's just a better game. There's so many emotions in that game. All the little nuances and details of it is incredible. Um, and I don't know about you, but I've never thought of a game so much after the fact I play it. Like I probably think about that game still every day, and I don't know if I could play it a second time because there's just so much emotion there. Um,
The same way.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I'm planning to get a fern tattooed on my left arm because I didn't want to copy Ellie's tattoo, but I wanted to like make an ode to her tattoo and just The Last of Us in general. So I think that was the best way of going about it. So I can't wait to do that because the game means a lot to me, and it taught me a lot about life. I think. Not to get,
Yeah.
I know I've went so emotional on this, and this is about you, but I just,
It's okay.
I just love talking about it. At the end of the day, this is a conversation, not a normal Q&A. So, um,
Exactly.
uh, so yeah, but yeah, both of them are masterpieces in my mind, and just incredible games.
Yeah, and honestly, I think about, like, if the first game was focused on Abby and then you play
You
the
don't need to,
second,
yeah, that's a great point.
like,
I've never thought
y
about it like that.
yeah, like, you just pick like, if you started out playing as Abby
Hmm.
and then this Ellie girl comes in and messes all this stuff up,
Oh yeah,
like, you're gonna hate Ellie.
yeah.
So it, like, depends since we grew up with Ellie,
Yeah, you
you're
would.
like,
So,
"Oh."
so at End of Last of Us One, you would hate Ellie for killing Abby's dad.
Mhm.
Spoilers at this point. I talked about it anyway. And then at the start of Last of Us Two, when Abby kills Joel, you'd be like screaming from the rooftops in joy because finally you've just got revenge on this person. So I think that's
Exactly.
a great way of looking at it. I've never thought about it like that, but that's a great argument to people in the future.
Yeah, well, that's like, I don't know if you ever watched The Walking Dead.
Yes, I was a big Walking Dead fan
Me
until
too.
3 seasons ago. I stopped watching it.
Yeah, I watched up until Negan came. I think I watched 1 season with him in
Same.
it,
That was exactly the same for
and
me.
yeah, and Glenn what's my favorite character?
Same. We have so many favorites. It's unreal. What
He's
the?
my favorite
Yeah,
character,
Glenn was
and
a sweetheart.
yeah, I read the comics, so I knew that, like, someone was going to die, and then I heard rumors about it being Abraham. I was like, "That's fine by me,
That's cool, but
as long as
that's
it's
how they
not."
got you. You were like, "Oh, this is over. It's just killed Abraham. Like, there's no one else."
Yeah, and I people get so mad when I say this. I don't blame Negan because if we followed him from the beginning, we'd be like, "Who the heck are all these people killing my man?"
Hmm.
But,
Yeah.
I think I my friends get so mad when I say this. I blame Daryl.
Oh, Daryl. Yeah. No, Daryl killed Glenn 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Because 'cause I'm like, if he didn't act out, Glenn would be fine.
Hmm. No, I agree.
Negan even said, and
Yeah.
he's not a liar.
No. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree. Um, but I'm glad that like The Last of Us won all them awards. You know, it was the most awarded video game of all time. Um,
it was incredible.
Laura Bailey, who voice acted Abby, won the award for the best voice actor in a video game, which I think she thoroughly deserved. Um,
Mhm.
I'm a big Laura Bailey fan in general. I'm a big Ashley Johnson fan who voice acts Ellie in general. Because
So good.
I'm a big D&D nerd. And they have a D&D show called Critical Role. Shout out any Critical Role fans. But they're both in that, so I kind of have the best of both worlds there. And you know, I think Laura got a lot of hate online for because the fact that she was Abby's voice actor, and that was just like so like unjustified. Like, you know, this at the end of the day,
Yeah.
this girl's got a script in front of her, and she's just voice acting at that point. You know, um,
Yeah, it's just a character.
yeah. But I'm glad it won so many awards, and people got butthurt about it, saying what was the samurai game that was voted that year as well? I can't remember what it was
What
called.
was it? Ghost of
Yes, yeah,
Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. You know, everyone was like, "No, this should win Game of the Year," and I was like, "No, it shouldn't." Last of Us Two
I
is a masterpiece. Um,
To be honest, I didn't hear much of Ghost of Tsushima. Like, Tyson plays it, but, like, I don't see it much online.
yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it was never in doubt for me, but
Yeah,
uh,
same.
um, but what was I gonna say? I can't even think now. It was more bigging up The Last of Us anyway. But yeah, that for me that's my favorite video game of all time. It's just perfection. Oh, what I was going to say is, I think both Last of Us games do a great job of. It's like you're playing a movie, but you're immersed to the point where you're actually playing in the movie, and I don't often get that with games.
Yeah,
But they definitely do a good job of immersifying the player. Um, okay, we've rambled on a bit about Last of Us and anime, but you know that's what we're here for. Um,
exactly.
to round out this section, I always ask creators, do you have any tips for any other people watching that might be starting their own channel or in the process of starting their own channel? What advice would you give to them?
Consistency is key. Um, you gotta make sure it might be hard at first, especially if you're working lots or have other things in your life going on. But
Hmm.
if you can just try to be consistent, even one video a week, like on it'll do wonders for you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think at least one video a week. Um, I think I actually think two is probably optimal.
Yeah.
At the minute, I'm uploading two normal ASMR videos, and then this is like a third one, but this is a podcast. But there was a point where I was doing three.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's okay as well. If you want to do three, do three. But like I've 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 heard other creators talk about doing three, and you kind of get yourself in this situation where. So I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a video would go live Monday. Okay, now the next video is Wednesday, so you give people basically 48 hours for them to watch that video. So if you haven't watched that Monday video, um, then you upload Wednesdays, and then they kind of got a choice. You know, maybe they don't have time to watch both, so then they only end up watching one, and then your views kind of get split at that point, which is the only thing I worry about if you do three. Um, But I think one's fine, but two's probably the most optimal, I would say.
Yeah, I was doing 3 at one point too a week. It was just random, but, I try to, like, do it every day or every 2 days to
Hmm.
get a video out,
Yeah,
but then I, like, overworked myself.
it is a lot.
Um, yeah, and so I went down to 2, and I've been noticing that, like, works great for me,
Hmm.
just doing Wednesdays and Saturdays. It
Yeah,
gives, like you said, it gives enough time for people to watch one video.
exactly. Um, you know, and you need them viewers that always watch your videos the most, because they're the ones to drive it initially before the people that aren't subscribed come in and watch it because of the algorithm, right? So you kind of need to make sure that you're not burning them normal viewers out. Is what I would say. But uh, yeah, I have I like. I mean, you know, yeah, consistent. Like, I go above and beyond with my consistency, but that's me just being a perfectionist, and like that's the way my mind works. So I have strict days, strict times. They all go live at the same time, on the same days, and that. But that's just like how my mind works. And obviously, your channel's bigger than mine, so it's not like you need to do that to get success, because I'm doing that. And do you upload on the same times?
Yeah, I upload Wednesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m.
Okay, you do as well.
PST.
Okay. But I know
Yeah.
people that don't, and obviously they have bigger channels, so it's not the be all and end all. I think the most
Yeah.
important thing, I do agree, consistency is very key. But the most important thing is just to enjoy yourself, and
Oh,
bring
yeah, don't do something you don't wanna do.
and bring passion to it. Um,
Yeah.
Start off what you're comfortable with, and that'll translate better, I think, to the viewer. Um,
Oh, yeah.
and just don't do like a cranial nerve exam for your second video just because you're amazing at them, like Brittany. Like, it's not. Yeah, don't. No, honestly, if you feel comfortable enough to do that, honestly, do it. Um, I I kind of I kind of wanted my first video to be. It's still cringe and it's still really far away from what I can do now, but I put a lot into that to kind of hit the ball rolling, right? I didn't want to just upload something for the sake of it and just be like, okay, this is my first video. It's not meant to be good because it's my first video, right? I tried to put a lot into it, and I think that's a great way of doing it as well. There's a girl called the Healing Room ASMR. I remember her video came up. Her first video came up on my recommended, and um, to, I don't want to put myself down, but to this day, that first video is probably still better produced than anything I've actually produced. She took time with a backdrop. Her lighting was good. It was a role play. It was very well scripted. And she came out the gate swinging with that type of video. And now
Yeah,
she's got like 20,000 subscribers, and she's doing really well. So shout out
it's
D.
awesome.
I think she's going to come on the podcast at some point. Um,
It's awesome.
but yeah, you can take that route. If you just enjoy tapping and scratching on random objects with your phone, just upload that as well. Um,
Oh, yeah. You
just
don't need a lot at all.
no. And yeah, that's the beauty of it, really. But I think what Brittany said is important. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the future. And yeah, I kind of wanted to know, do you have any future projects in the works? I don't think you have a Patreon currently. Is that an option in the future? Any collabs coming up, things like that?
Um, I don't have a Patreon. I have been asked to make one, and I need to figure things out first before I actually commit to that.
Yeah.
I don't want to just jump in it and then not do anything, and people are like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. No.
So I want to do like a lot more research and work on that before I start anything
Hmm.
like a Patreon. I have a few videos planned. I'm trying to come up with it. I don't want to like give away too much, but I want to do like a Kakashi role play.
Oh yeah.
I've
Did you see
been
Did you see my Naruto role play or not?
Yes, I watched it to get some inspiration. I was like,
I didn't go.
okay,
I didn't go above and beyond with the cosplay aspect. It was kind of just let's just roll with it.
yeah, I wasn't sure if like because I have a Kakashi costume. And I
Okay,
was
that's
like, do
cool.
I just dress up? I have this book that's like about Kakashi's past, I think.
Oh, that'd be really
Like
cool.
maybe I could just read that dressed as Kakashi or like do an actual role play.
Hmm.
So I haven't decided that, but I really want to do more like cosplays and whatnot because that's like would be the dream,
Yeah, I know.
honestly.
I know you. I know you found Lizzie Lestrange through the podcasts. You know, I think I think you should definitely take some inspiration from what she does. Sometimes it's not a full on role play; it's just her in character. You know, doing some reading, like facts about the series or things like that. So
Yeah.
I think that could be really cool as well. But I'm pretty sure I know whatever you produce for that video will be good because you know it'll come from the heart and it'll have your passion behind it. So I think
Thank you.
I'm excited for that. But
Yeah. And then you said collabs. I don't have any planned, but me and Abby have been
oh
talking about it a little bit.
oh
So
wow,
we haven't got
wait
into
till I see it. Where was my invite there, Abby? Thank you.
oh, we'll add you to the chat.
Okay.
But yeah, we haven't really planned anything. We just kind of mentioned it to each other. So
Hmm.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Abby's really good to collab with. She's done a few now, I think. Um,
Yeah.
and you guys do similar stuff, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I would definitely watch that. So that's cool. What about things like vlogs and Twitch? I know you've done vlogs in the past. You've still got some videos on the channel, right? That are vlogs.
Yes.
Do you plan to do more
Um,
of that? Maybe some streaming?
I want to do a Twitch stream, like even just playing Animal Crossing, I think would be a lot of fun. Or even ASMR too. But if I did Twitch, I'd want it to be more like game focused.
Hmm.
Um, and uh, vlogs, I want to make a separate channel like
Just
way further on.
yeah, kind of get a
But
platform first, and then yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But
I think that's sensible.
it won't probably be like I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Um, what was I saying? Oh God.
About
Oh
vlogs,
yeah.
vlog channel.
Vlog. Yeah, it probably won't be my main focus. Like if I were to start a second channel doing vlogs, it'd probably be like once a week, maybe every 2 weeks,
Hmm.
just because I know that I have more fun doing ASMR.
Just like a little passion project on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think that's cool. Um, and you would like to do some Twitch stuff. You said more towards gaming.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I could play through The Last of Us again. I'd
Oof, that's an
be
emotional
like a
roller
pro
coaster.
already.
No, that's cool. I think you would do well in all of them fields, to be honest. So I'm excited for what's to come. Do you in terms of ASMR videos, is there any things that you definitely want to do that you haven't done yet with videos, or kind of just more of the same thing for you?
Probably more of the same thing. Like I said, I really want to do cosplays in the future. Like once I get a bigger space
Oh,
and like better equipment,
can I stop you as
I
well?
would, yeah.
Because when I was watching the videos on your channel, you have this one video and it has 1,000 views, and it's you doing, is it like friend gets you does your makeup for Halloween or
Oh,
something like that? And
oh no,
I was like, how does this
you
video
cut out
only,
here.
huh? Are you still there?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's fine. Well, yeah, it's fine. The audio will be fine on this end because it'll just be in for you. Um, so basically, what I was saying was, I was looking at your channel and there was a video that had 1,000 views, and it was something like "Best Friend Does Your Makeup for Halloween." You know the one I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how this video only has 1,000 views because it was so good. And I was like, is it like this needs more hype? And I just couldn't believe it. But it was so good. And I think your costume was amazing. The makeup that you do, I've never seen makeup like that before. I mean, I don't watch a lot of makeup stuff because I'm a boy. I'm not really interested in it. But like your makeup was really like it was really nice. You had this calm, gentle persona. The visuals that you were doing were really good, and I was just like shocked that that type of video had only 1,000 views, which is a lot for some people, but compared to your other stuff, it was low down.
Yeah. I remember filming that. That was actually, I'm pretty sure, one of the times I was filming in my bathroom.
Okay,
Um,
we had a green screen.
yeah,
Hmm.
I ordered like just a sheet, a green screen sheet off of Amazon, and
Yep.
I folded it up, stapled it, no, not stapled it, but like pinned it to my wall
Uh huh.
with like tacks, and I just filmed, and like the space was like tiny to
Yeah, I can
film.
imagine.
And I think I remember everyone was home that day because I think I filmed it on Halloween.
Yeah, you could hear, like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't off putting, but you could definitely hear people coming up the upstairs. Like you could.
No, but the wood flooring creaks a
Oh, that's
lot.
probably what it was then.
Yeah, so I was like,
But I have
I
super good
really
headphones
wanted to
on,
film it.
and the volume was right up, so like it wasn't, like I
Yeah,
say, it wasn't off putting at all. So yeah,
it, I was honestly, I was disappointed in that video because I was like, my makeup looks so good, but like
you were on
I
fleek.
can't. Yeah, thanks. I really felt like it could have been better, but I obviously can't control background
No.
noise, which is like every ASMR artist's like struggle.
Yeah, I mean, what do you edit with?
I edit on iMovie on
Okay.
my phone.
Oh, okay. I mean, I use Adobe Premiere Elements, um, and there are things that you can apply to the audio to try and drown out the background noise a little bit on there.
Yeah.
So if you ever decide to move to like a PC or like a laptop setup to edit and stuff, and you get a piece of software like that, let me know and I'll try and help you a little bit. But I think iMovie's great. I'm guessing you just can't do stuff like that on it.
Yeah, I'm saving. I've been putting like YouTube money into saving so I could get better equipment, and
Hmm.
I want to get a MacBook because I know that they have more features on the laptop for
Yeah,
iMovie. So that's what I'm planning next for sure.
yeah. I know. I've never been like a Mac user, but I know a lot of people in the ASMR space use um use Macs, and I know they're very quiet as well. So it's good for when you're filming, like you can't hear them in the background. If you
Y-
film with them as well, I know you can film offline, so you don't need to do that sometimes. Um, but yeah, I was good for you. I was like, this video is so good. It deserves more love.
Thank you.
Like, see, so I want like I want to be this like big creator, but not for the reasons you think. I would just love to just be like this massive creator that just looks at that and goes, more people need to see this. So then I shout it out, and then everyone goes and bombards it. Like I
Right?
would love that power, not for anything else, like not for the fame or anything like that or the money, just to help people out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just shouting people out left and right.
Yeah, and obviously you can still do that, and I know you do it, and I do it a little bit as well. Because it's important, I think, to support um, smaller channels and people that are just starting up. Because
Yeah.
there's some really talented people that just come every week. I see a new person that's really good. Um, so yeah, so you more of the same, but you kind of want to focus a bit more on the cosplays a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anyone, obviously you've talked about maybe doing a collab with Abby. Is there anyone, there's no boundaries on this, anyone in particular that you would love to collab with in the future, and why? Can be anyone.
I feel like I have like a little bubble of people.
Uh-huh.
Like obviously you,
No,
I think
you
would.
don't need to say me. I'm on about
No,
like,
but
give me
I
like
do.
GB, give me like Darling.
Oh, that'd be so cool. But
Mm-hmm.
if we're talking like smaller, um, like in our area, you like um Lizzie, I think would be a lot of fun just to do some cool cosplay of some sort.
Yeah, you do rock it.
I don't know if you know Julia Page ASMR. She's
I've never,
quite, I think she has around 8,000 subscribers.
I've never heard of that channel. No, I have to check her out.
Yeah, she recently, I think she deleted all of her videos recently, but
Oh,
I don't know what's going on there, but I think it would be really cool to collab with her. And GB would just be incredible. Like
Yeah.
starting watching her.
It'd be like full circle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I always say that when I ask people this question, because mine's it's weird. Mine's Creative Calm ASMR. I don't know if you know her. She's pretty big. Um,
Sounds familiar.
yeah, she used to be called Innocent Whispers a couple of years ago. But she was she was the first person I watched. I won't get into it because I think I've mentioned it before. But I think that full circle moment would just be really nice, right?
Yeah, it'd be so fulfilling.
Yeah. Do you have like a really big creator in particular that you would love to collab with, or just
Don't really have anybody specific in mind because when I first started out, I didn't really know that people did collabs and whatnot with
okay?
ASMR.
Yeah.
I think the only collab I saw was with ASMR GB and ASMR Glow.
Hmm.
Like I feel like it was maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago. I feel like it wasn't too long ago, but
Yeah.
that was the only one I watched. Um,
You don't really see like the big hitters do a lot of collabs these
yeah.
days for some reason. I think I've read some on Twitter once that there was maybe a little bit of tension there, so that's probably why. But there we go.
Yeah. Um, and like with anxiety comes like, oh, I can't do it. Like I feel like I won't be good enough compared to this person, you know?
Yeah, I
S-
I got blessed by April's ASMR. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, she done this like March Madness collab month basically, where she collabed with loads of other creators, and she chose me for some reason
Mhm.
to do the collab with, and she has like over 200,000, so they're like subs. So there was like an immense pressure on me to kind of like just deliver basically, because I just thought like I wasn't good enough, compared to what she was putting out. So there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure on me to do well, but for the most part, everyone was really nice. And I'm so thankful for April for that opportunity.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, I I still can't believe it to this day, and it was weird because as a viewer, she was one of the ones that I watched mainly as well. So that was kind of um that was like a big moment, and hopefully I can get. I've mentioned getting April on the podcast, but I know she's busy slaying life, so it's probably hard to find the time. But she will hopefully be on at some point. Um, okay, final question. If my camera wants to focus a bit better, um, what are I know we touched on this very early on at the start, but what are the ultimate goals of the channel? Would you take being a full time ASMR content creator, or just a full time YouTuber in general for the rest of your life? Does that sound like a good thing to you?
It's like, yes, because I'm not good in an environment that's like a 9 to 5 job. And and since I'm quite a sensitive person, but like I can handle my own like getting hate comments and stuff, I'm fine with because like at the end of the day they're just insecure themselves. But like
Yeah,
in person, like at work and getting that angry customer, I like start shaking. I'm like, okay, like
yeah.
just taking whatever they throw at me, and I'm not that type of person
No, I can imagine
to
that's
just
difficult.
yeah. So ASMR would be a dream, just sitting at home filming. Like I feel like I could get so much more done too
Yeah.
in my life.
Yes, and it's very it's very achievable. It's very sustainable at this day and age, and it's only going to get bigger, right? Um,
Exactly.
I think I was doing like a what is ASMR video at one point, so I was doing a little bit of research, and in 2018 there was over 3 million different ASMR videos on YouTube, and obviously that's probably increased like tenfold since then. So it just shows you how much content there is there. Um, and I've spoke to Abby before about what she makes in terms of just like ad revenue alone, and it was mind blowing to me. I'm obviously not going to disclose figures, but it's mind blowing to me what she does make. Um,
Yeah.
and and I'm gonna undersell here a bit, but she's doing very well. She's only been doing it a year. She's got 50,000 subscribers, but obviously, that just keeps that revenue just keeps going as you're growing as well. So um, it's crazy.
Really is. And honestly, like it just comes out of nowhere sometimes. Like it hits you just out of the blue.
Yeah. Um,
I
Go on.
I it's okay, go for it.
No, no, I didn't. I didn't have anything in particular to say. It was more just I was just more going to agree with basically what you were saying about how it's just ideal. You can kind of go at your own pace. You're working for yourself at that point, but um, and I think the idea of just being able to solely focus on that and not have to worry about another job is means you can take content to another level. You can spend more time on it, perfecting it. You can do other types of content as well. There's so much.
Yeah, I'm very grateful because my manager, she knows about my channel and
Oh,
she's
that's
very
nice.
supportive. Like she's like giving me video ideas every time I come
Oh,
into
that's
work.
really.
Like, do
Have you
this,
ever
do
done?
that.
Have you ever done a I don't think you have because I did look at all the videos, but a video that like kind of replicates what you do at work. So like you may be like a shop assistant and like you're doing a shop assistant role play.
I was debating it because like I obviously have
Yeah, you'd
the
be good at it.
measuring tape from work. Oh yeah, I got a lot of product from work, obviously.
Hmm.
Um so I have like all the equipment to do it. I just never really thought about it.
Yeah, I just thought it would be really good. Like I just had a brain fart, I guess, or an inspiration fart. Um, yeah, it just I was like, I don't think she's done this, so it like kind of just makes sense. I think it would really do well. And I think your core viewers would obviously relate to it pretty well because they get an insight into what you do at the same time. And as a viewer,
Yeah.
I think that's quite a special thing. But unfortunately, that is where we're gonna wrap it up for today because we have been going pretty long. I just wanted to take this moment to thank you, Brittany, for coming on and taking the time out of your day to do so. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
No, I honestly think you are destined for great things. You have so much potential in what you do and who you are. And I kind of wanted to get you on for that as well, but I also wanted to get you on because I know I think you're going to take off, and I think it'll be great to kind of look back on something like this and yeah, just look back on it, when you're even more successful and kind of see all the things that you've talked about today. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And if you are still watching at this point, make sure you check out the video description and the top comment because it will have the links to Brittany's channel and her social media pages there, so you can find her right away and instantly, like you should do. And you should definitely subscribe to her because she's amazing and you're in safe hands over there. Um, but but yeah, if this is the first time you're watching and you enjoyed this, or maybe you've watched a couple of these now. Obviously, the best thing to help is to leave a like on the video, comment down below what you thought. If you have any feedback for me, any constructive criticism about how I can improve things, that's always great as well. If you have any questions for Brittany, maybe leave them down below as well. I can't guarantee that she'll answer because, Brittany's a own woman. She's a busy girl. Um, but that would be great. If you want to see more of these podcast episodes, they happen every single week with a different creator, and I also upload normal ASMR videos on top of that. So make sure you're subscribed as well, and click that bell icon and select all, so you get a notification every time a new podcast episode or ASMR video goes live. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Brittany, again. You've been amazing, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.